You feel me? That's how these niggas build a team of love, dog. It's about opening the fan eyes and bring them in. You right here with me this whole ride. You gonna watch me get this shit, you gonna watch me hustle, you gonna watch me blow. You gonna help me blow. You know what I'm saying? Look, bitch, we grinding right now. This little ass fucking hotel, recording on the road, you feel me? Dropping video, dropping on tour, bitch, we grinding right now. Nigga.
Yeah, we done got some money, now they hate me. Glock 17 on my hip, can't let them take me. $20,000 on my Rolex, I embrace it. Really blow a nigga down where I'm from, it ain't no fake. Yeah, suicide mission, get the drop on what my op said. I post the been dead, let them tell it, they ain't shot yet. Niggas chasing cloud, it's a reason they ain't pop shit. And these rappers, they be camping, they not sipping on no hot shit. Another trapper got robbed, they blaming me, boy, that's a part of the game. Fucking all these groupie hoes, boy, that's a part of the fame. Nigga acting like he know me cause he mentioned my name. Fuck a bitch, I slut him out because these hoes be the same. And my brother fucked out 20, bitch, I lost it, yeah. 12 get behind me with this burner, I'ma toss it, yeah. Diamonds dancing on me in the trap house, bitch, I'm flossing, yeah. Trapping how I bought it, yeah. They know I be ballin', yeah. Tryna put my op inside a coffin, we gon' do it, yeah. Spin your block with baby dirt, they know we gettin' to it, yeah. Sip the lily so much on my music, I done screwed it, yeah. I know what I'm doing, yeah. Niggas getting ruined, yeah. Question to the trappers, what you do when you burn dope up? Just go back to the kitchen on the stove and make it lock up. You better not say my name, cause I got youngins who gon' pop up. They come and blow your block up. Free 21, he locked up. Made nigga, I was serving junkies at the car wash. What you know about sleeping on the couch without the door lock? Fuck the police, tell them hoes I hate them, let my bro out. I don't really go out. When I do, it's a shootout. R.I.P. Lil Jada, they know that boy was a demon. I can't get the purple walkie like I really need it. But he tell me I don't need it cause it had me leaning. Nigga, I be fiending, fighting with these demons. Got a cop from bitch, oh that little nigga, that was a creature. Told him go to church, but I don't think he like the preacher. Plus he got a chopper, when he shoot you, it'll reach you. Remember what I teach you, you can't let niggas beat you. I'ma buy Dre Nitty a new chopper for his birthday, cause he gave me some game that I can't never let a hoe take. My brother A1 wrist is looking like a fucking snowflake. My youngest, they got road rage, they crashing out in broad day. Scoot up in the foreign on his ass, I surprised him. Shoot that bitch so many times they hit the boy behind him. Shoot that bitch so many times they hit that boy beside him. He had no one that got him. Little nigga, I'm a rider.
Where we at, Nip?
Man, we in Tulum at the Mayan ruins. Just climbed off the pyramid, got to the top, seen the whole jungle, shooting a victory lap video.
For over 2 decades, we focused on one philosophy, the 10 life values. A system that helps us examine our lives, our vision, our leadership. Our products and our services are exclusively for men, all men. The ones who teach and mentor our kids, maintain our livestock and grow our food, make and repair our products, saves us from catastrophe and protect our nation. The 10 life values are woven into every product and service we create. Because at the end of the day, our vision is to see all men from every community equipped with the appropriate processes and the necessary tools to be excellent fathers and the best version of themselves they can be.
This is A Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support this platform, man. Much love. Much love. I appreciate all the love and the support, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. And if you in the building, make sure you like the stream. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Make sure you hit the like button. After you hit the like button, make sure you share the show. Make sure you share this show. Make sure you share this show, man. It's very important you share this show. This is your first time here. You'll be catching the playback. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And last but definitely not least, make sure you financially support the show. Make sure you financially support the show. If you enjoy the content, if you support Sheep Stay Sleep TV, make sure you financially support the show. You can do that by going to CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. That's CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV is where you can go at any time during the stream. It is in your top left-hand corner. I appreciate the love and the support. If you have any questions, any comments you would like me to acknowledge, you can put it through with your super chat, and I will post them. So shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. One love to all my madam mercenaries. And we back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man. And I'm your host, DS1 Ross, man. And y'all see tonight's show. Y'all see tonight's show. A man must have a code. A man must have a code. Now, a lot of us that come from the pro-black side of things, this is one of the main talking points that they use. We must have a code. We must stay on code. We must be on code. We must have a code. Right? We even refer to Dr. Neely Fuller's compensatory code. He even told us that we black people need a code. We need to develop a code with each other. So us hearing about a code as black men is something that's not new. It's not a new concept. And if we study our history, we understand that all of our great black men were on code and had a code to be on. But as we see, over time, due to a system, due to the lack of order that system is built upon, there's no structure. This system that I'm talking about is the American system that we live in today. You know, we know that this system is corrupt. We know that the system is biased. And it's a whole lot of more things that's wrong with the system. This is why it's a lot of chaos and disorder in the streets. This is why there's a lot of people in society with diseases. It is because we follow a system that has constantly failed everyone. Yeah, we know America is one of the greatest countries we all could live in. We know that. But there's a lot of other things wrong with this place. There's a lot of things wrong with this system. See, this is why when Americans go to other places, other countries, a lot of times we're met with issues. It is because they understand that the system is corrupt. So they automatically look at the civilians as being corrupt. You see? This is why you even have a lot of Americans going to other places and dealing in things in sex tourism. You know, as we know, we got a popular YouTube monkey who participates in that. He goes around and he implements some of the debaucherous things that's part of this American system, and he go around in other countries and do it. You see? Because you have to understand what a system is based on. The system that we live in is based on a value system that the people who created it stand upon and live their life based upon. You see, a lot of us really don't even understand that. You see? And from that value system that you stand upon and you represent, there's codes that is produced from those values. For example, if you take your family value very serious, right? In return, you're going to be a loyal person to anyone that you consider family or anyone close to you. You're going to be loyal to them because you value people that's close to you. You value people that you consider family or that is your blood family. So in return, you're going to be loyal to them. You see? So look at the current system that we live in and just think about why the system produces the results it does. It is because of the value system that these people stand upon. Greed, lust, the 7 deadly sins. This is these people's value system that they stand upon, which this system that we live in rest on. See? This is why the codes are what they are amongst those people. And this is why us, black men, operate under their code. We treat each other the way the system tells us to treat each other. I spoke about this in the video I just dropped. Make sure y'all go and check it out. Blackmail messaging. You see? So they constantly tell us not to value ourselves as black men. You don't know who you are. You don't need to know who you are. It doesn't matter. You who we tell you are. You're a dumb thug. That's who you are. And you and your friends are dumb thugs too. And one day y'all gonna kill each other. This is what the programming tells us. Because we don't value ourselves. Because they don't value themselves. You see? So as black men, we must employ our own new value system so we can have a code to develop. You see? So it's deeper than just us having a code as far as, you know, make sure y'all do business with each other and, you know, something like that. Because that's the pro-black talking point. The pro-black talking point is, oh, we need to develop a code because black people, you know, black men need to do business with each other and this, that, and the third. And that's true. That's true. But there's a lot of other things that black men need to establish with one another before we even start making money. Because what a lot of dudes would do is a lot of dudes, if the first thing you do is introduce that, they'll take your money and run. You see? So the first thing that has to be established amongst black men is trust. We got to be able to trust one another. You got to be able to trust one another. You see? But trust comes from inside of you. It comes from you being sure within yourself. See, if you're not too sure about yourself, you're never going to be too sure about me. You're always going to be ready to second guess me and my motives, which leads to a lack of code. Because if you never truly originally trust me, it'll be easy for you to turn your back on me. It'll be easy for you to backstab me without you thinking twice about it. So you have to understand how a code is even developed. See, we must have a code, but before we get to a code, we must have values. We must value one another, black men. And I don't mean just your financial value, but your spiritual value, your health value. That matters to me. It's supposed to. In order for me to trust you, in order for me to be loyal to you. See, if I can't trust you, I can't do business with you. If I don't appreciate you, I don't want to do business with you. If you don't appreciate me, you shouldn't do business with me. Now, just those two terms in itself, trust and appreciation, are financial terms. Those are terms that's used in the finance world. Appreciation and trust. Appreciation and trust. Two one of the main components black men don't have with each other. Two of the main things. Trust and appreciation. We don't appreciate each other. We don't appreciate one another's existence. The fact that we're even alive and able to communicate with each other. That's not even valued amongst black men. Appreciation and trust. Those are financial terms. If I don't appreciate my brother, I may depreciate in spiritual value, which can affect my money. Which can affect my money. Because money is what? Currency. Energy. So if you always arguing and bickering and fighting, that's going to affect your money because it affects your energy. And money is our energy. You see? But a lot of the bickering comes from the lack of appreciation for one another. The lack of appreciation. You see? We don't appreciate one another. We don't. This is why, as a collective, black men value doesn't appreciate. This is why there's a small percentage of black men that make over $40,000 a year. Because we don't appreciate each other. So our value as black men doesn't appreciate. We don't trust one another. Now, how do wealthy people feed their children? They don't just give their children money, they give them money through a trust fund. A trust fund. Paris Hilton, they're all what? Trust fund babies. Listen to that. A trust fund. You can't guarantee a dude to give you $10 back if he owe you $10. You can't trust that. This is why a lot of black people don't have trust funds. This is why a lot of black men grow up and got to start from zero. Because there's no trust. There's no trust. And if there's no trust, How could there be a code to follow? Because you have to trust someone in order to follow them. You got to trust what they're saying is beneficial to you and not harmful. You got to trust that when you're listening to a content creator, he's telling the truth and he's not capping. He's not just telling you things just to get money. That's a trust that you have to have. You have to trust that a person's going to fulfill their end of the bargain. You have to trust that person to do that. And black men, we don't trust each other. It's why we can't get money. I told y'all trust is a financial term. If I can't trust you to drive to the gas station and just get some gas and bring the car back, come on, man. How can I trust you to say, here's this $100,000 check, go and take it to the bank and put it in the bank account that me and you both own, because this is a check for my business. There's no trust funds because there's no trust. And this is why black men have to start from the bottom. But the way we can fix this issue is through having a code, implementing a code. But first we must implement values. Values is first. Values are first, brothers. We must have values. If we're saying we're of value, you have to have values that you display at all times in order to be seen and treated of value. You see? You see? We must establish a value system, and we have one. We have one. We have one. I don't understand why we don't understand this, brothers. Why we not understanding where we continue to go wrong. See, because let me explain something to y'all that I've learned, that I'm learning, that I just currently learned. You can't nigger rig your way to success. Okay? You can't nigger rig your way to success, man. There's things that you have to do. You have to. Because if you miss certain things, this is how men end up falling in the pitfalls that brothers in this space speak about that they've fallen into. See, if you properly set things up through the 10 life value system, you'll be able to avoid certain pitfalls. Not all of them, because people are going to be people. And sometimes things just don't work out. But you'll be able to avoid the dumb shit. Because you have a system, right? And with that system, you now have a code that you follow. And with that code that you follow, that automatically creates structure. No, excuse me, order. It creates order in your life. When you live by a code as a man, You live an orderly life. You're not running around out in the street reckless. You're not running around on the internet reckless. Because you understand that there's a code. And the code is represented by a value system. And nowhere in that value system where they say we value ignorance. You see? We have to stop thinking that we gonna skip step 2 and just do step 3, and the shit that you building not gonna fall apart. See? So you could make 6 figures. You could have you could have your professional value in order. You could have your professional career in order. You could have all that in order. But if you don't know who you are, this is how you end up losing it. Because if you don't know who you are and understand who you are, you won't protect yourself. You'll allow yourself to get burned. You see? And the reason why you were allowed that to happen is because you didn't have no order. You weren't orderly in other parts of your life. And you weren't orderly in those areas because you didn't value those areas. Didn't value. You value getting money, looking nice, and going on vacation. Do you know what that tells a hyena or a bum chick? That tells her, I'm getting ready to have fun with him. I'm getting ready to run him through the ringer. Because he doesn't have any order in his life. He doesn't have any structure. He out here living like me. Just running the streets, running around, just doing anything. He doesn't have any meaningful direction. I don't take this guy serious. It's because she see you don't value yourself. You value what you have. You don't value yourself. And a woman knows a man that doesn't value himself is could never be a man that's taken serious. And the reason why he never going to be taken serious is because he's not ever going to build anything. That's the structure. He's never going to build anything because he doesn't have the code to follow. He doesn't have the values to fall back on to keep him going, to build, to successfully build. See, what we're going to do over here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, we're going to show black men that money will not solve all of our goddamn problems. We're going to continue to hammer that. We're going to keep whapping and tapping that on y'all heads. Shout out to my man, Sir Is. Because we want y'all brothers to understand that it's bigger than that. You need to worry about wealth at the end. Wealth comes at the end of it all. Wealth and leisure comes at the end. That comes at the end, fellas. We partied enough. Shit, some of us that grew up in the hood, we've been partying since we was little babies. Outside at block parties, dancing. We've been partying our whole life. We've been celebrating what? What we've been celebrating? Chaos? So a man must have a code. But a man's code is backed by his values. Understand that. So when you looking at a man and you watch what he uses or shows to represent himself, it shows what he values. You see? It shows what he values. And if you value materialism and superficial things, guess what? You're following the same system, the programming of the same system that you say we need to get away from, that you say is not beneficial for black men. But if this system is not beneficial to black men, then why do you keep promoting the shit that the system tells us to value? Why do you keep doing that? If they're telling black men to be a bunch of chain swinging, pants sagging, bandana dangling, why do you continue to represent that? Now, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. But you can't say that that's not who you are, but you continue to represent that. You see? Because all of us is products of a system. All of us. You know what system that's called? The reproductive system. This how deep this system shit goes. A code. We all have a code. We have a genetic code. See, we could take it deep. We could take it deep as y'all want to. But at the end of the day, guess who it spins back around to? You. That's why God tell you it's up to you. It all goes back to you. And what you want to represent as a man. Who you are as a man. And who you are and what you represent is supposed to always be synonymous. You see? See, you can't say, I'm a stand-up dude, but then you run around and you represent yourself in a flimsy way. See, because now I know what you represent. You out here representing this same fake shit that these little fake rapper dudes is representing. And this is why there is no code in the streets. This is why there is no code no more amongst people. Because they represent something where a code, their code, is slavery, suffering, and death. That's what you represent. That's what you promote. See? That's your code. So as men, man, we have to be careful what we take on as a code. We have to be careful what we represent, man, what we align ourselves with. Because it speaks to your code, which speaks to your value system. And I want y'all brothers to understand this. If you had a code, right? You would understand that you have to be careful who you hang around. You got to be careful who you say you support. See? See, this stuff go deeper than what we think, because it speaks to who you are. It speaks to what you value. And what you value is going to tell us, I'm going to know what you value based on how you move. Because you're gonna move a certain way based on what you believe in, your values, and the code that's developed behind that. So if you sitting here saying you are alpha male, but you can't lead the pack, see, you can't lead the pack because you don't possess certain values. In order to tell your team, listen, this is the code that this team is going to live by. And this is how we're going to get to the promised land. We're going to follow this code. We're going to do these things, and these things came from this code, which came from these values. See? Got to begin to understand how things work, brothers. And begin to see yourself there. See yourself in what part you going to play. Because I asked the pro-blacks a long time ago, okay, let's say we get rid of white supremacy tonight, and we had a chance to employ our own system. What would you do? What would you do, Sarnetta? What would you be doing? What part would you play? See? And that's how you debunk most of these pro-blacks, because they don't have no answer, because they don't know how the system works. They don't know, but they love using that word, the system, the system, the system, the system, but they don't even know how it works. They don't even know what part that they can even play. They don't even look to participate, but they just want something to not be there. So brothers, implement a code for your life, man. If you don't know how to do that, learn about the 10 life values and stay tuned on this channel. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. And you can start by, if you're tuned in, you can start by hitting the link in the description box. Hit the link in the description box for your A game. Because as y'all know, this episode has been sponsored by A Game, which is a herbal male solution. Get on this A Game lifestyle, brother. You want to develop a code for your life? Just get on this A Game lifestyle. It's a code that comes with this lifestyle. Get in tune. Hit the link in the description box. At your checkout, type in promo code SHEEP in the number 10. That's SHEEP in the number 10 to get a discount on your purchase. I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Much love to y'all. Shout out to the Masculine Mercenaries. One love to everybody who tuned into this episode. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the stream. Shout out to everybody who's donated. If you haven't yet, you enjoyed the show. CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go. That's CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go. I'm your host, DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. This is the importance of having a code, because we're our own agency. Like my man Grinch said, we all we got. We our own agency, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in once again, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
We're A Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A game.